Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You know how much I love a good dose of history and geography, and today we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating world of US trivia. We're talking weird, wacky, and totally unexpected facts about all 50 states. Did you know that there's a place you can just casually mine for diamonds? Or that one state is responsible for almost all the lobster rolls in America? Get ready to impress your friends with your newfound knowledge, because things are about to get interesting. We're kicking things off down south in Alabama, where the Gulf Coast boasts a whopping 60 miles of shoreline. That's a whole lot of sunshine and sugary white sand. Hold on to your hats, because Alaska's coastline stretches over 6,600 miles. That's longer than the coastlines of all other U.S. states combined. The Grand Canyon is so massive, it could fit approximately 900 trillion footballs. Let that sink in for a minute. That's a whole lot of footballs. Chapter 4, Arkansas. Find your own diamonds. Ever wanted to be a diamond miner? Head to Crater of Diamonds State Park in Arkansas, the only public diamond mine in the United States. Get ready to strike it rich. Chapter 5, California. Dreamin of wine. Napa Valley in California is a wine lover's paradise with over 400 wineries. Cheers to that. Chapter 6, Colorado. Reaching new heights. Buckle up. Mount Evans Road in Colorado is the highest paved road in the United States, reaching a dizzying 14,000 feet. Chapter 7, Connecticut, where knowledge is power. Bookworms rejoice. Connecticut was home to the very first public library in the United States, founded way back in 1771. Chapter 8, Delaware, the first state. Delaware holds a special place in U.S. history. It was the first state to ratify the Constitution. Chapter 9, Florida, more than just sunshine, calling all golfers. Florida has a mind-boggling 1,250-plus golf courses, more than any other state. Chapter 10, Georgia the Pecan State. Here's a nutty fact. Georgia might be known for its peaches, but it actually produces more pecans. Chapter 11, Aloha, coffee lovers. Hawaii is the only state where coffee is grown commercially. Grab a cup of Kona coffee and enjoy. Chapter 12, Idaho, the Spud State. Idaho seriously loves its potatoes. It produces about a third of the nation's supply. Chapter 13, Illinois, reaching for the sky. The world's very first skyscraper, the Home Insurance Building, was built in Chicago in 1885. Chapter 14, Indiana, start your engines. The Indy 500, held annually in Indiana, is one of the oldest and most prestigious auto races in the world. Chapter 15, Iowa Cornfields Forever. Iowa takes the crown as the #1 corn-producing state in the U.S., growing nearly 20% of the country's supply. Chapter 16, Kansas, a field of sunshine. Kansas is a sight to behold, with fields upon fields of sunflowers. It's no wonder it's called the Sunflower State. Chapter 17, Kentucky Horses, History and Hats. The Kentucky Derby, held annually since 1875, is more than just a horse race. It's a legendary tradition. Chapter 18, Louisiana, the birthplace of jazz. New Orleans, Louisiana is where the magic of jazz music first came to life, influencing music around the world. Chapter 19, Maine. Lobster lovers, unite. Maine is a seafood lover's dream, producing a whopping 90% of the country's lobster. Chapter 20, Maryland crab cakes and football. Maryland residents love their blue crabs. They eat more than anyone else in the United States. Chapter 21, Massachusetts Revolution in the Air. The Boston Tea Party, a pivotal moment in U.S. history, took place in Boston Harbor in 1773. Detroit, Michigan earned its nickname as the Motor City as the heart of the American automobile industry. Minnesota's nickname might be the land of 10,000 lakes, but it actually has over 11,000. Tupelo, Mississippi is the birthplace of the one and only Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. Chapter 25. Missouri, arching over the competition. The Gateway Arch in St. Louis, Missouri stands tall as the tallest arch in the world, at a towering 630 feet. Chapter 26. Montana, where the buffalo roam and outnumber people. Montana is a true ranching state with more cattle than people. Chapter 27. Nebraska Rainforests and Zoos. You wouldn't expect to find a rainforest in Nebraska, but the Henry Doorly Zoo in Omaha has the largest indoor one in the U.S. Nevada, neon lights and legalized activities. Nevada is known for its casinos and entertainment, but it's also the only state where certain counties allow legalized prostitution. New Hampshire, independent since forever. New Hampshire was way ahead of the game, declaring independence from England a whole 6 months before the Declaration of Independence was signed. New Jersey, taking a stroll through history. The first boardwalk in the United States was built in Atlantic City, New Jersey, back in 1870. Santa Fe, New Mexico, holds the title of the oldest capital city in the United States, founded way back in 1610. Times Square in New York City is a global icon, attracting a mind-blowing 50 million tourists every year. Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, is where the Wright brothers made history by achieving the first successful airplane flight in 1903. North Dakota, the Sweetest State. Move over, bees. North Dakota takes the lead as the top honey-producing state in the U.S. Ohio, from the Buckeye State to outer space. Ohio has produced more astronauts than any other state, including Neil Armstrong and John Glenn. Oklahoma, Tornado Alley Central. Hold on to your hats. In Oklahoma, it has the highest concentration of tornadoes per square mile in the world. Crater Lake in Oregon is a sight to behold, plunging to a depth of over 1,900 feet, making it the deepest lake in the United States. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, holds a special place in American history as the city where the Declaration of Independence was signed. Don't let its size fool you. Rhode Island might be tiny, but it boasts over 400 miles of coastline. South Carolina is the birthplace of sweet tea, a staple beverage in the South. Mount Rushmore, a monumental sculpture featuring the faces of 4 U.S. presidents, is carved into the Black Hills of South Dakota. Nashville, Tennessee, known as Music City, is home to the iconic Grand Ole Opry, the longest-running live radio show in the world. Texas has a unique past. It was once an independent country, the Republic of Texas, before joining the United States in 1845. The Great Salt Lake in Utah is a sight to behold, holding the title of the largest saltwater lake in the Western Hemisphere. Vermont takes the crown for maple syrup production, producing more per capita than any other state. Virginia, the mother of presidents. Virginia has produced more U.S. presidents than any other state, with a total of 8 calling it home. Washington, from coffee to tech giants. Seattle, Washington is where the coffee giant Starbucks opened its very first store back in 1971. West Virginia, bridging the gaps. The New River Gorge Bridge in West Virginia is an engineering marvel, holding the record for the longest steel arch bridge in the Western Hemisphere. Wisconsin, America's Dairyland. Wisconsin lives up to its nickname as America's Dairyland, producing over 600 different types of cheese. Wyoming, where national parks were born. Yellowstone National Park, largely located in Wyoming, holds the distinction of being the first national park in the US and the world. And there you have it, 50 states, each with its own unique story and surprising facts. Who knew that learning about geography and history could be so much fun? From the towering peaks of Colorado to the jazzy streets of New Orleans, the United States is a tapestry of diverse landscapes, cultures, and quirky trivia. If you enjoyed this whirlwind tour of US trivia, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating facts and explorations. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep those brains